From the jungles of the Amazon to the glaciers of Patagonia, South America is a land where ancient cultures meet breathtaking beauty. Join us as we explore 20 of the continent's most unforgettable destinations. Stretching from the sun-drenched shores of the Caribbean to the icy frontiers of the Antarctic, South America is a continent of unparalleled superlatives. Nature has sculpted its grandest designs, and life has diversified into a breathtaking tapestry of forms. It is a land of extremes, where colossal rivers carve through the world's largest rainforest. Mountains pierce the sky, and deserts, the driest on our planet, hold secrets of the stars. A vibrant mosaic of cultures, histories, and ecosystems. On the border of Argentina and Brazil, the earth opens into curtains of roaring water and mist-born rainbows. This is Iguazu, a name derived from the indigenous Guarani words for big water, a profound understatement for a spectacle of this magnitude. It is not a single cataract, but a chain of hundreds, sprawling for nearly 3 kilometers along the Iguazu River. An ancient Guarani legend tells of a deity who, in a fit of rage, sliced the river in two, creating the abyss to punish a pair of mortal lovers. The heart of this maelstrom is the Garganta del Diablo, the devil's throat. Here, half the river's volume free-falls 80 meters into a seemingly bottomless chasm, generating a permanent cloud of spray that can be seen for miles. The sound is not just heard, but felt, a deep, visceral vibration that resonates through the ground and into your very bones. This atomized water nourishes an emerald world, a lush subtropical rainforest teeming with life. Human scale vanishes at the edge of this beautiful chaos. Below, opportunistic coatis forage in the damp earth, while vibrant toucans flash through the canopy. Life thrives amid the thunder, as great dusky swifts masterfully dive through the liquid walls to nest on the rock faces behind. Iguazu is more than a sight, it is a felt experience, a primal and humbling encounter with ferocious beauty. Further south, at the continent's rugged tip, the landscape sharpens. In Chilean Patagonia, colossal granite spires of the Torres del Paine Massif pierce the sky like the fingers of a buried giant. These towers, sculpted by millennia of glacial ice and relentless wind, stand as monuments to the planet's raw power. Below them, ancient glaciers grind mountains into fine powder. This glacial flour suspends in the meltwater, scattering sunlight to turn lakes like Pejoe a surreal turquoise, and rivers, a ghostly milk blue as they thread the vast, wind-swept plains. Here, weather is not just a condition, it is a dominant character in the drama of the landscape. In a single hour, serene sunshine can yield to furious blizzards that shroud the peaks, only for the clouds to tear apart moments later, revealing the granite horns in a blaze of light. Hardy guanacos, relatives of the llama, roam the grasslands below, ever watchful for the region's apex predator, the elusive puma. High above, the Andean condor, with its 3-meter wingspan, rides the thermal updrafts, a silent sovereign ruling the air. This is a wilderness of raw, untamed grandeur, a place that simultaneously humbles and inspires, reminding us of our small place in a world of giants. From the icy south, we travel north to the arid heart of the Andes. On Bolivia's high plateau, at an altitude of nearly 4,000 meters, lies the Salar de Uyuni, the world's largest salt flat. It stretches over 10,000 square kilometers, a vast expanse of blinding white geometry. For most of the year, it is a desert of salt. But when the brief rains arrive, a thin layer of water transforms the flat into the world's largest natural mirror. Sky and earth vanish, fusing into a single seamless illusion where the horizon dissolves and one can seemingly walk among the clouds. This otherworldly landscape is not without life. Islands of fossilized coral and ancient cacti, like Isla Incahuasi, rise from the salt, remnants of a prehistoric lake, and against the stark white, flocks of rare James's flamingos wade through the brine, their brilliant pink plumage a surprising splash of life in a monochrome dreamscape. The surface is so flat and its reflectivity so consistent that its reflections are precise enough for satellites to calibrate their orbital instruments, using this patch of Earth as a celestial yardstick. To stand here is to feel a profound sense of infinity, to be suspended between worlds, in a place that challenges our perception of distance, scale, and reality itself. Westward, across the Pacific, 1,000 kilometers off the coast of Ecuador, a volcanic archipelago rises from the sea. These are the Galapagos Islands, a place so remote and unique, it forever changed our understanding of life on Earth. Here, wildlife approaches with a curious grace, born from an evolution largely free from terrestrial predators. Playful sea lions swim with visitors, and blue-footed boobies perform their comical courtship dance, completely unbothered by human presence. This absence of fear is the island's defining magic. It is a land of evolutionary marvels. Marine iguanas, the world's only sea-foraging lizards, sneeze salt from their nostrils after feeding on algae in the cold currents. In the volcanic highlands, ancient giant tortoises, some over a century old, roam with ponderous dignity. Each island hosts its own distinct assembly of species, a living laboratory of evolution. It was here that Charles Darwin observed the subtle variations in finches and tortoises, leading him to formulate his theory of natural selection. The islands are a showcase of adaptation, past and present. This is a landscape in constant creation. New land is forged by volcanic fire, a stark black canvas slowly colonized by pioneering life, a cycle of destruction and renewal playing out in geological time. Returning to the mainland, we venture into Venezuela's Lost World, a realm of sheer-sided tabletop mountains called Tepuis. From the summit of the largest, Ollantaytambo, a single, slender ribbon of water begins a staggering descent, falling almost a full kilometer into the misty rainforest below. This is Angel Falls, the tallest uninterrupted waterfall on Earth. Its drop is so immense that much of the water atomizes into a cloud of mist before it ever reaches the river at the base. From a distance, it seems to descend in impossible slow motion. There are no roads here. To reach the falls is an epic journey, a multi-day trip by motorized canoe up the Carao and Chirun rivers, a testament to its profound isolation within the heart of Canaima National Park. The water itself originates from rainfall that pools on the vast otherworldly summit of the Tepuy. As it spills over the edge, it becomes a whispering hiss against ancient, stained stone, a delicate start to a powerful plunge. This is a landscape that feels mythic and timeless, a place that inspired tales of lost worlds and continues to guard secrets on its inaccessible plateaus. From these singular wonders, our journey now follows the water as it gives way to the forest. The pulse of the continent, steady and immense, grows louder. Listen, as the roar of waterfalls softens, blending into the intricate, layered heartbeat of the jungle. We are moving toward the greatest expression of life on our planet. Southward now, into the vast, green ocean of the Amazon, the lungs of the planet. We journey now into the continent's wild heart, beginning with the Amazon, a colossal ocean of green spanning 9 nations. This is not merely a forest, it is a planetary engine. Its sheer scale is difficult to comprehend, a living, breathing entity that generates its own weather systems and breathes life-giving oxygen into our atmosphere. The moisture it releases travels on vast aerial rivers, influencing rainfall patterns thousands of miles away. Descending beneath the canopy, the air grows thick and humid. Light filters into a living cathedral, a multi-layered world where life thrives in 1,000 forms. In the sun-drenched emergent layer, harpy eagles build their nests. Below, in the dense canopy, monkeys and sloths navigate a world of leaves and branches. The understory is a realm of perpetual twilight, and on the forest floor, a complex cycle of decay and rebirth fuels the entire system, from industrious leafcutter ants in vast subterranean cities to the flash of iridescent butterfly wings. Biodiversity here is a library of life written in 1 billion genetic codes. Every leaf, every insect, every jewel-toned frog is a unique volume, a story of adaptation and survival. A silent, elusive jaguar, the ghost of the forest, rules the shadowy world below. Its presence shapes the behavior of all other creatures. As the sun rises, the booming calls of howler monkeys echo for miles, a primal announcement of a new day in this kingdom of green. For millennia, people have lived in symbiosis with this forest. They carry an encyclopedic knowledge not just of plants for medicine and food, but of the intricate connections that bind the ecosystem together. Their culture is woven from the threads of the jungle itself. To enter the Amazon is to be humbled, to learn a way of life rooted in the deep, ancient rhythms of the earth. It is a lesson in complexity, resilience, and interconnectedness. South of the Amazon lies a different realm, one defined by the ebb and flow of water. The Pantanal, the world's largest tropical wetland, swells and recedes with a powerful seasonal heartbeat. For half the year, it is a vast, flooded mosaic of islands and channels. For the other half, the waters retreat, leaving behind fertile grasslands. This pulse of water dictates the rhythm of life. The annual floods trap billions of fish in the shallow lagoons, which in turn feed immense flocks of birds and countless mammals in some of the most spectacular wildlife gatherings on the planet. Here, the jaguar, larger and bolder than its forest cousins, has adapted to this semi-aquatic world. Fueled by an abundance of prey like caiman and capybara, it rules both land and water with a silent, undisputed authority. Brilliant cobalt hyacinth macaws, towering jabiru storks, and ancient caiman by the thousands crowd the sunlit banks. Playful families of giant river otters hunt the channels, their calls echoing across the water. The sheer density of life is staggering. The Pantanal is a paradise for patient eyes. Unlike the dense jungle, much of its drama plays out in the open, a raw, unfiltered spectacle of survival. Further north, along Colombia's Caribbean coast, a different kind of magic occurs. In Tayrona National Park, the snow-capped Sierra Nevada de Santa Marta, the world's highest coastal mountain range, plunges into the sea. Here, mountains, jungle, and the Caribbean converge in a rare and breathtaking harmony. The experience is one of dramatic contrasts. One moment you are deep in the humid shade of the jungle, listening to the chorus of birdsong and insects. The next, you emerge onto sunlit sand, where the rhythm of the waves replaces the hum of the forest, and giant sentinel stones stand guard against the turquoise water. Life here bridges two worlds. The park is a critical refuge for species like the endangered cotton-top tamarin, whose range is almost entirely confined to this region. In the waters just offshore, coral reefs teem with life, and ancient sea turtles glide through the warm currents, connecting the land to the greater marine ecosystem. This sacred land beats with ancestral memory. It is the heartland of the Tayrona civilization, whose descendants, the Kogi, Arhuaco, Wiwa, and Kankuamo peoples, still consider it the heart of the world. The stone paths and terraces they laid centuries ago still link their communities, a testament to a living tradition. To visit is to step into a landscape revered as holy, a place where every mountain, river, and stone holds spiritual significance. Our journey now takes us to a landscape that defies definition. In northeastern Brazil, we find a desert that is not a desert, Lençóis Maranhenses. For 6 months of the year, it is a vast expanse of brilliant white sand dunes, sculpted by the wind into bedsheets of sand. Then, the rains come. From January to June, freshwater pools in the valleys between the dunes, filtering through the sand to create thousands of crystal-clear lagoons, revealing stunning mirrors of turquoise and emerald against the white sand. In a miracle of adaptation, life arrives almost instantly. Fish eggs, carried by birds or lying dormant in the mud from the previous season, hatch. The lagoons suddenly teem with species like the wolffish, which can survive the dry season by burrowing in the mud. Life arrives by mud, egg, and wing, flourishing in this fleeting, watery paradise. But this world is temporary. As the dry season returns, the sun and wind begin their work, and the lagoons slowly evaporate. Ephemeral and profound, the cycle of water, life, and sand is everything. It is a paradox landscape shimmering under the intense equatorial sun, a place of stark beauty that exists at the intersection of drought and deluge. From river and rain to stone and story, the rhythm of South America's wild places turns now from the living present to the echoes of ancient worlds. We follow the whispers of history, the echoes of great civilizations that rose and fell among the clouds. High in the Andes, Machu Picchu crowns a ridge where stone meets sky. Master stonemasons aligned temples with sun and sacred peaks. Agricultural genius sustained life among the clouds. Questions linger in the silence of this living monument, a connection to a deep past that still speaks. The Sacred Valley, agricultural heart of an empire, mirrors a celestial river on earth. Fortresses guarded the corridor as salt stepped down mountains in shining terraces. Traditions endure in soil, sun, and spirit. A living landscape of engineering and reverence. On the high plateau, Tiwanaku's stones whisper of empire long before the Inca. Carved cosmology in andesite, joints so precise no blade can pass. Sky, stone, and ceremony intertwined. Traditions echo in living culture. Profound questions ride the highland winds. Far out in the Pacific, Rapa Nui stands as a triumph of navigation and endurance. Lonely stone sentinels gaze inland, guardians of a people and their mana. Gigantic moai carved and moved by ingenuity and will. A living identity that survived, adapted, and thrives. Ancient echoes yield to the vibrant rhythm of modern life. Cities illuminate stories written in the present tense. Buenos Aires blends European grandeur with an unmistakably Latin heart. Tango, a language of the soul, tells a 3-minute tale of love and longing. Marble cities of the dead mirror eras of wealth and ambition. Art in galleries and streets, beef on the grill, and football in the blood. A city that lives its history in the present tense. In Rio, wild and urban intertwine along curving shores. Beaches become stages for daily life under warm sun. Arms open over contrasts and common spirit alike. For days, the city becomes a river of rhythm and color, a pulse that carries through the year. Cartagena, a fortress city preserved in time, breathes with warm Caribbean air. Romance and history mingle in colors and song. Ancient walls now canvas modern stories. A port that has long connected worlds, and still does. A true jewel of the coast. Cusco, navel of the Inca world, layers empire beneath Baroque stone. A living tapestry where heritage walks the streets. Pachamama's spirit permeates daily life. A cultural nexus and gateway to the mountains. Past and present woven into one vibrant city. As night yields to dawn, we turn to the call of adventure. Toward deserts, canyons, and the edge of the world. In the Atacama, absence becomes art as stone, sand, and salt define the driest, non-polar desert. Ocean chill and mountain walls conspire to keep rain at bay. Even here, the earth breathes heat from within. Under perfect skies, the galaxy becomes a river of light. A humbling communion with the cosmos. The Colca Canyon, twice as deep as the Grand Canyon in places, is nature's cathedral of stone. Human hands shaped steep slopes into green stairways of life. At dawn, condors rise on invisible elevators of air. A silent ballet of gravity and wind, felt in the bones. The canyon's living spirit on the wing. At the continent's edge, Patagonia spreads in wind, ice, and boundless space. Jagged peaks and living rivers of ice reshape the land with thunderous grace. Survivors adapted to extremes roam, stalk, and soar. Moments of clarity reward those who brave the elements, a final frontier that frees the spirit. The journey turns to reflection. Our journey across South America has been a pilgrimage through a land of epic contrasts and breathtaking beauty. From the thundering heart of Iguazu Falls, where countless tons of water carve the earth, to the silent, windswept plains of Patagonia at the very edge of the world, we have traced the contours of a continent that defies simple definition. We felt the humid breath of the Amazon, the planet's green lung, and stood under the impossibly clear, star-filled skies of the Atacama, the driest desert on Earth. Our journey has revealed a continent of astonishing diversity and profound depth, a place where every landscape tells a story. We have walked through the ruins of ancient empires, feeling the echoes of the Inca in the stones of Cusco and Machu Picchu. We navigated the world's greatest rainforest, a realm of unparalleled biodiversity, and stood in the shadow of the Andes, the formidable mountain spine that shapes the climate, culture, and character of the entire continent. From the surreal, crystalline mirror of the Salar de Uyuni, where the sky meets the earth in a perfect reflection, to the enigmatic geoglyphs of Nazca, etched into the desert floor by a civilization long past, South America constantly challenges our perception of the possible. In the living laboratories of the Galapagos, we witnessed geological time unfolding before our eyes, saw evolutionary marvels in creatures found nowhere else, and were humbled by life's incredible tenacity in this isolated volcanic paradise. Yet, beyond nature's monumental scale, we discovered an equally vast and vibrant tapestry of human culture. This is a continent woven from countless threads of ancient indigenous roots, colonial European history, and African heritage, creating a fusion that is utterly unique. Here, history is not confined to museums. It is etched in stone, woven into textiles, and lives on in the daily rituals and vibrant traditions of its people. The past and present coexist, informing and enriching one another in every village and city. In every mountain that cradles a city, every river that serves as a highway, and every city street that pulses with the rhythm of samba or tango, South America reveals its soul, a powerful synthesis of the wild, the beautiful, and the deeply human. To travel here is to understand that these are not just places to visit, but worlds to be experienced with all your senses, worlds to feel, to breathe, and to carry with you long after you've departed. The immense glaciers of Patagonia and the delicate ecosystems of the high Andes are powerful reminders of our planet's preciousness. They speak of both profound fragility in the face of a changing climate and an awe-inspiring resilience forged over millennia. This continent extends a profound invitation to explore its farthest corners, to learn from its ancient histories and diverse peoples, and to connect with the raw, untamed power of the natural world. And in doing so, connect with something greater than ourselves. Born of fire and ice, of jungle and stone, the spirit of this continent is one of endurance and constant transformation. It is a land that is perpetually creating itself. In every new horizon, there's the promise of another wonder, the call to a new adventure, and the gift of a new perspective on our extraordinary planet. The journey through South America is ultimately a journey inward. With every step we take here, our own world expands, our understanding deepens, and our connection to the earth is reaffirmed. The memories we've gathered are not just of sights, but of sounds, of tastes, of shared smiles and moments of quiet awe. They form a mosaic of an unforgettable odyssey. The story of South America is still being written in its shifting landscapes and in the hearts of its people. The journey continues, wherever curiosity may lead. The adventure is never truly over, Lee,